Let's start this video with some scary facts. According to the World Health Organization, the average person spends 7 hours a day sitting. That's almost 1/3 of their entire day. And studies have shown that prolonged sitting can lead to weight gain, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and even cancer. So in today's video, I'll share 10 subtle habits that may be sabotaging your health without you even realizing it. And then I am gone. Try to change my routine for a week and see how it affects me. You probably already know that drinking too much caffeine is not good for you. But did you know that drinking too little water can also have serious consequences? When you don't drink enough water, your body becomes dehydrated, which can make it harder to think clearly, focus on tasks, and control your emotions. You'll feel sluggish and tired, which will make it harder to stick to your fitness goals. But that's not all. Drinking too little water can also increase your risk of developing chronic diseases like kidney disease and even cancer. As you get older, the amount of water you need to drink every day decreases by around 1 liter. So most adults should be drinking at least 1.5 liters of water per day. One way you can make sure you're drinking enough water every day is by buying a large water bottle and keeping it at your desk. If you want to make it more fun, you can add slices of fruit or cucumber to it. And if you're worried about how much water you need to drink every day, there are plenty of apps available that can help you track your intake. But let me ask you a question. How much water do you drink every day? Let me know in the comments below. The second habit that may be sabotaging your health is snacking mindlessly. It's easy to open the fridge or cupboard when you're bored and eat whatever you see. But this can cause your blood sugar levels to spike and crash, leaving you feeling hungrier and more tired. Not only that, but studies have also found that mindless eating can lead to overeating and weight gain. So what can you do to stop snacking mindlessly? Well, first, try to identify why you're snacking in the first place. Are you bored, stressed, or sad? Once you understand why you're snacking, find alternative ways to cope with those feelings. For example, go for a walk, talk to a friend, or read a book. But let's move on to another habit that may be sabotaging your health. Using public transport, walking, or cycling instead of driving everywhere you need to go. This may seem like a small thing, but according to the American Heart Association, people who sit for long periods of time have a higher risk of developing heart disease and other chronic conditions. So if you work close enough to your workplace, try walking or cycling there. And if that's not possible, then at least try taking the stairs instead of the elevator whenever you can. Every little bit counts. We all love our phones, but spending too much time on them isn't good for us. The blue light emitted from the screens can interfere with your sleep cycle and make it harder to fall asleep at night. In fact, a study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that just 2 hours of screen time before bed can significantly affect your sleep quality. But spending too much time on social media can also make you feel anxious or depressed. You'll start comparing yourself to other people and feel like your life isn't good enough. So, if you want to improve your mental health, set some limits on how much time you spend on your phone each day. Try using an app to track your usage so you can see how much time you're spending on social media and other apps. Then start setting limits for yourself and stick to them. Another habit that may be sabotaging your health is eating too much processed food. Processed food is high in unhealthy fats, sugars, and salts, which can contribute to weight gain and chronic diseases like heart disease and diabetes. What's more, it can also cause inflammation in the body, leading to conditions like arthritis and Alzheimer's disease. If you want to improve your health, start eating more whole, unprocessed foods, like fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. And if you're craving something sweet, Try satisfying that craving with a healthy snack like a piece of fruit or a handful of nuts. It might not be as tasty as a bag of cookies, but it'll definitely be better for you. Okay, now it's time for a quick break. Now back to the video. Another habit that may be sabotaging your health is getting too much sun. We all love a nice day at the beach, but too much sun exposure can lead to skin cancer and other health problems. The American Academy of Dermatology recommends that you wear sunscreen with an SPF of 30 or higher every day, even if it's cloudy. What's more, wearing sunscreen can also help prevent premature aging of the skin caused by sun damage. So if you want to look younger and healthier, start wearing sunscreen every day. And don't forget to reapply it every 2 hours. Now I've talked a lot about the dangers of sitting for long periods of time. But let's talk about another habit that can have a similar effect: standing for too long. Standing for long periods of time can cause leg and back pain, as well as varicose veins and other circulation problems. In fact, a study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology found that people who stand for long periods of time have a higher risk of developing heart disease and stroke. So, if you have a job that requires you to stand for long periods of time, try taking breaks to sit down and elevate your feet. You can also try switching legs more frequently if that's not possible. So, how much standing is too much standing? There's no definitive answer to this question, but experts agree that it's important to take breaks and sit down periodically. I've mentioned a few times in this video the importance of staying active, but let's talk about a habit that can sabotage your health by keeping you inactive: having a sedentary job. A sedentary job is one where you're mostly sitting down and not moving around very much. This can include jobs like working in an office, driving a car, or operating machinery. Studies have shown that people with sedentary jobs have a higher risk of developing health problems like obesity, heart disease, and diabetes. So if you have a sedentary job, it's important to make time for physical activity outside of work. Try to get at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity exercise most days of the week. You can break this up into shorter bursts if you need to. So if you can't fit in a 30-minute workout, try doing 3 10-minute workouts throughout the day. But let's move on to another habit that may be sabotaging your health: not getting enough sleep. Most adults need 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night, but according to the National Sleep Foundation, nearly 1/3 of adults aren't getting enough sleep on a regular basis. Not getting enough sleep can lead to serious health problems like heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. It can also make you gain weight, lower your sex drive, and make you feel anxious or depressed. If you want to improve your health, make sure you're getting enough sleep every night. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day to help regulate your body's natural sleep-wake cycle. And avoid using your bed for anything other than sleeping to help your brain associate your bed with sleep. Finally, I want to talk about a habit that may surprise you: eating too much protein. Eating too much protein can put a strain on your kidneys and lead to kidney disease. In fact, a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people who eat more protein are at an increased risk of developing kidney stones. What's more, eating too much protein can also lead to bone loss and osteoporosis. So, if you want to keep your bones strong and healthy, make sure you're getting enough calcium and vitamin D. You can get vitamin D by spending time outdoors in the sunshine, and you can get calcium by eating dairy products, leafy green vegetables, and nuts. So how much protein is too much protein? The dietary guidelines for Americans recommend that adults get 10 to 35% of their calories from protein. So if you're concerned about whether you're getting too much or too little protein, talk to your doctor or a registered dietitian. And if you're looking for more tips on healthy living, check out another video I did on 6 simple morning habits that make you fat. I'll see you next time.